Hello everyone. Today we will talk about the concept of a male friend, a female friend, and a friend with benefits. Many people have friends who are opposite gender. It is argued that they are opposite gender, but they don't feel any emotion or feeling that occurs in a prospective romantic or dating relationship at all. Human beings cannot but involve emotions and feelings in all relationships with people, whether they are the same gender or opposite gender, as we make psychological interaction. Humans are designed to perceive sexual information the moment they perceive the counterparty is the opposite gender. Any interaction or relationship with people who are opposite gender leads to the activation of zest mind. You may not recognize this activation of zest mind in the conscious, so you may think that your relationship with a person of opposite gender can be without any activation of sexuality. Generally, people who have healthy and normal psychology try to keep a certain distance from people of opposite gender, even when they feel that their relationship is only that of pure friendship. It is to acknowledge that they are opposite gender. The woman will try to protect her sexuality by keeping distance, and the man will also respect the woman's intention. Then harmony and order is achieved in the relationship, and their psychology keeps working in a healthy way, even when they don't know about the operational mechanism of human mind and sexuality. When they overtly claim that sexuality or zest mind is never activated in the relationship with a person of opposite gender, it indicates that they are trying to hide the fact that they perceive the counterparty as an opposite gender and are activating the psychology of sexuality even more than other people. Sexual actions are only a small part of the result of the operation of my mind and zest mind. A complex process that takes place in my mind and zest mind before sexual actions are taken as a result. You and your friend of opposite gender cannot but be involved in the psychological interaction accompanied by the activation of zest mind, whatever you do together. Your activation of zest mind is expressed in your speech and actions even without any sexual expressions. In this process, the man can have fun and pleasure from the woman's responses, and the woman feels good by getting the man's attention. They may not take sexual actions, but they are in the process of reaching sexual actions. They can be considered to be flirting with each other, denying the fact in the conscious. When friends of opposite gender make sexual expressions toward each other, but when they don't want to take responsibility for each other as in normal romantic and dating relationships, they are considered to have the relationship for selfish purposes. Many problems occur since they deny that the relationship is based on selfish purposes. They are pursuing sexual satisfaction without making sexual actions on the surface, whether they have the spouse, a girlfriend, or a boyfriend. Some people have the relationship called friends with benefit, which is often called FWB. They argue that their relationship is without responsibility for each other, and they are cooperating only for mutual benefit. They are friends, but they cooperate for mutual benefit, and in this case, the benefit is sexual satisfaction and pleasure, excluding any romantic emotions or feelings. The concepts of FWB and close friends of opposite gender are the same at the fundamental level. FWB is more honest in clarifying the purpose of the relationship, but close friends of opposite gender disguise the purpose of the relationship. In FWB, it is unlikely that one party is taken advantage of by the other in the relationship, since they openly admit the nature of the relationship and cooperate for mutual benefit. Their roles in the relationship are clearly defined, and they are less likely to develop problems unless one party develops the sense of ownership or feelings of love toward the other. A more mechanical relationship is the relationship of sex partners. FWB are friends, and they may have dates that involve sexual attention and sexual responses, but sex partners are exclusively for sexual pleasure. This type of relationship may be better in the sense that it doesn't have to accumulate stress and wounds by jumbling sexuality and emotions as far as they don't develop hedonism. Interestingly, people tend to prefer the concept of close friends of opposite gender to that of FWB, and prefer the concept of FWB to that of sex partners, since they don't understand how dangerous and destructive connecting emotions with sexuality in a distorted way is. More crucially, they don't even understand how their sexual desire and the desire for pleasure connected with sexuality take place in the first place, and how sexual desire is manifested in the operation of my mind and psychological interaction. Then is it impossible for a man and a woman become friends at all? Not so. A man and a woman can become friends. To be able to do that, they have to admit that sexuality is in operation at the fundamental level in every man and woman without being recognized in the conscious, and set up safety measures to avoid accidental sexual expressions. The operation of zest mind cannot be controlled by the conscious, since it is activated before it is recognized in the conscious, and the conscious only recognizes the result of the operation of zest mind. You must set up safety measures in the environment deliberately. For example, you can make it a rule to avoid going to the place that could easily activate sexuality, or to meet with other people in a group, or not to provide or seek attention and responses. Understanding the difference between men and women in the operation of zest mind and my mind can help in setting up safety measures. You must never neglect the operation of sexuality in the relationship between a man and a woman in any circumstance. The unconscious is activated before the conscious is activated, and zest mind is activated even before the unconscious is activated. What you recognize in the conscious is only a small part of the operation of my mind and zest mind, and it is often recognized in a distorted way. Please remember that you can protect yourself and others only when you accurately understand the operational mechanism of human mind and zest mind.